Should we keep going?
Yeah, let's keep going. We'll just follow you.
All right. Oftentimes it's best to try a few different things, you know, to not necessarily trust that in the moment you're going to have a full understanding of what it is you're doing, but let the spontaneity of choice kind of guide your hand and your eyes a little bit, and you sort the rest out later. You know, the process is really one of kind of non-stop looking and appraising and either reacting or discarding. You know, the hope in this situation always is that I'm seeing something compelling to photograph that you guys aren't seeing at all. And that's the kind of sweet spot you want to try and reach in a way, is when like the beauty is not manifest or immediately obvious, but when you see it, you realize that there's something there, and it's something that convinces you to look closer, move closer, look deeper. And also it's kind of an exercise in discipline. How do you know, I think we all, as photographers, get stuck to some degree in routine. We know what our sweet spot is, and we like to kind of replicate it because we know it's going to be compelling. But I think it's important to get outside one's comfort zone as much as possible. The results don't have to be amazing to learn something from it. Sometimes it's just a matter of doing it, and maybe it refines your eyes in certain ways that you can apply that lesson the next time, something of potentially more significance. When I think about training my eye, I really think of like a constant process of mindfulness, which is something that takes a long time to develop, and perhaps even more difficult is sustaining that focus. And what I mean is, like, for my perch right here, it's really about kind of analyzing the details and the details in motion. You know, the point of being mindful, of keeping one's eyes open to the world, isn't so much to take great pictures. Taking great pictures is a means to an end. You know, the end is really just trying to observe of beauty and the complexity of beauty and the richness of beauty. Because, you know, life is hard, no matter who you are. So you may as well take as many opportunities to find beauty as you can, and photography is the tool that allows me to do that. But to me, it's an excuse just to simply to look deeply at what you're seeing. You know, are you just seeing the surface of things, or are you really looking closely at it? You know, taking in its subtleties, its angles, and its beauty, especially if it's a striking place, you know. Just keep your hand there. So sometimes, sort of sitting on a street corner, I remember in the back of my mind, I just kind of took in, you know, a series of lines, series of horizontal lines, the curb, the white of the bike lane, the green, the yellow, the green, the asphalt, the white, the curb, the wall, the bricks, the windows. You know, just in this particular place, a series of interesting, like, horizontal and vertical lines, but something really occurring in the frame of particular interest one way or another. It's like the elements that could be interesting without something interesting happening. And then Tommy here just kind of naturally, for whatever reason, extended his arm straight across to the pole to lean on it. And suddenly there was this kind of like human element coming into the side that made all the lines kind of come together in a way that I found kind of compelling. So I saw I see the frame, right? Seeing all these different lines, horizontal lines, and then a few vertical lines. They're all kind of nice. They're all sort of like oddly symmetrical. Why in this particular spot and not in others? Who knows? Who cares, really? You know, the point is that it's there. And then the next question is just exactly where to stand to frame the image properly. Like, we don't want his arm to get lost in the clutter of the background. We want it to kind of have its own presence, which we're about to lose by this UPS truck backing up. So this is the other reminder, is like, when you see a picture, you better react to it darn quickly, because you never know when it's going to change in a heartbeat. And this is the funny thing about photography. We could have walked out here and within 5 minutes seen something amazing and then seen nothing else for the next hour or two. Or we could have walked around for an hour or two, seen nothing at all, kind of as we have, you know. Or we could have walked around days and seen nothing, and then that very last minute, something extraordinary happens. There's no telling. The point is also, you know, you accept that you're not in control of your fate as a photographer. No matter how skilled you are, no matter how mindful you are, there's a huge element of luck to it. The other part is patience, that it doesn't really matter if you're getting that great picture right away. Just the process of looking closely and trying to appreciate the world around you is enough. And when the picture comes, as it always does, it's a little gift. You know, it's a reward really for the process of looking and the process of being mindful of one's surroundings and finding beauty in the banal. And for me, as silly as it sounds, like, there's just a great pleasure in looking at shapes and patterns. A lot of the time I just look at these shapes and patterns, not even take a picture. Because I know it wouldn't be a good picture, but you know, there's something joyful just in the looking. And it's deeply meditative, right? I think we all need space to get outside of our heads every once in a while. You know, photography can provide that pathway. You know, switch off my thoughts, I switch off my concerns, and I just look and feel. You know, 99 times out of 100, you know, you miss the moment, or it's not really a moment to speak of. But the point is really the process in many ways. You know, I can't impress that enough. Like, it's very nice to get nice pictures at the end of it, but you know, what we're really talking about is being more connected to the world around us through the process of seeing.